Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. We're back in the Edain mod today with another cast. This time, the mighty JoJo versus the mighty GoodFella. And this is going to be, shocker, another Imladris versus Mordor because I love this matchup. I love Imladris and I love killing Mordor almost as much. And here in the top left corner we have GoodFella as Imladris. So sorry, JoJo, I'm going to be having to root for GoodFella here. And in the bottom right, we have JoJo as Mordor. And what a fitting faction for JoJo, because as you know, if you are an active Edain player at the moment, JoJo is the Dark Lord. He's evil, he's despicable, he kills everyone, he ruins hopes, he wrecks dreams. He is the Dark Lord of Edain, and I do not like playing against him. I like playing with him though, because then I win. But anyways, very interesting strategy. Oh yeah, by the way, I tried casting this earlier and then my computer crashed, so that just shows you how epic this game is, that it crashes my computer. I mean, it probably wasn't that, but anyways, interesting start here from GoodFella, going for outside eco. I know that sounds a little weird in Edain, but the current meta is no outside eco, which should be changing soon. Anyways, Mordor not going for outside eco, smartly going for a tower, because I think he may suspect a potential base rush, as his base is quite vulnerable to start off. And a nice little queue of 20 orcs, don't have to micro that, or macro rather. And getting Gildor out for Imladris, Gildor OP. He's pretty useful, even though he is kind of a meme, but he is useful. And Mordor looks like, I think JoJo knows GoodFella pretty darn well, and he's like, alright, he's going for the troll, he's gonna creep the troll, so I'm gonna say no to that, if possible. And GoodFella's probably gonna creep this maybe, or maybe go just straight for the troll, because he likes creeping the troll, but that will be difficult, creeping two trolls at the same time, because one at a time, and not microing other things, that's not tough. All you have to do is lure him out and then kill him, basically. But two at the same time, you could screw some things up. Yeah, looks like he is just going to go straight for that troll over yonder. He's going to get this one, and he gets a nice level up. Wait, sorry, just a second. He gets a nice level up there, but Mordor is coming in to ruin his day. But let's see. I think GoodFella here. Is he prepared with his powers? He's got one power point saved up. He doesn't have heal yet, so he's got to be careful. He could lose this unit. I don't think he will, but it could be close. He's definitely going to get injured here. Maybe get a heal and a Breeze and Monoway, which combo together will wreck these orcs, or at least make them, most of them, retreat. And he is getting the troll up here quite nicely as well. And going for, nope, not his third unit yet, but I should be expecting that soon. Oh, he already has his third unit. He'll probably be going for his fourth, or maybe even just get the troll money and then get the cavalry. He might go for some more outside farms before he gets cav, just to really get that bonus, because that is really the only motivation for going for outside eco over inside at this point, and for any faction, is if the bonus will benefit you in any way. Which it will for cavalry, because that makes it cheaper. So, nice job. Level 4. That's pretty good. Level 4 units already here from GoodFella. Got the troll up there as well. Quite nice. And right now, GoodFella, 370 CP to 225 CP. And as Mordor, that's pretty bad. As Imladris, that's pretty stinking good. If you have more units, at least, not necessarily proportionally, but like strength-wise, because obviously the orcs have a lot more per battalion, but you know what I mean. You should not be having less CP as Mordor compared to Imladris, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. And when Imladris is getting map control, you know you're in trouble, and if they're doing it without you losing units. Now Mordor is not fantastic at getting map control, I will say that, but they're better than Imladris. They can at least split. They are like kind of slower, weaker units, but still you can split them, and it's not as big of a deal if you lose them. Though it's not like you want to just throw your orcs away, because the recruit time is the issue. Because you can't just, unless you have like 4 barracks, which you're not going to do that. 3 at the most, really. Generally 2, and then maybe like a troll cage and maybe a 3rd. Looks like GoodFella's gonna have to disengage there. He might, if he brings this unit in, he should be good. But I don't like that. I don't like choosing that fight. He should have retreated back in the other units. He might lose this unit if he doesn't have a heal. He doesn't have a heal, and he's gonna lose that unit. That's kind of a bad loss. That's not really a fight you want to take. But at the same time, GoodFella is really taking the map everywhere else. But little wins like that, especially for Imladris, keeping that unit alive. And here we have a nice ad. I'm giving free advertising, just like last cast. So you're welcome to whatever Gimlet is. You now have free advertising to my millions of viewers.
And you do it all mobile? Are these the cryo tanks you're talking about?
And yeah, lots of outside eco here from GoodFella. He hasn't creeped up here yet though. So hopefully he does that at some point. I guess he wants to keep the pressure on. Ooh, JoJo is gonna be cheeky and steal some gold there. And realistically, at this point, I would say it should be GG. Like, look at the map. Look at the map and look at the CP. And look at the PowerPoints as well. That's crazy. Like, GoodFella, this should be GG for JoJo. GoodFella should win. But I'm not gonna say he's gonna win, because this replay is a decent length file, like as far as the file size goes. But I'm not sure who wins this game, by the way. But realistically, it would look like Imladris would win it right now. But Mordor is just so strong, they're going to be able to come back. Plus, you got JoJo playing as Mordor, which means that it's just broken. It shouldn't even be legal. I think that they need to code Edain to where if someone's name is JoJo and they're playing as Mordor, it auto-defeats them, because it's cheating. And JoJo, being very smart here, bringing a cheeky little orc scout into GoodFella's base, which GoodFella may or may not notice, to see if GoodFella is going to go for that cavalerie, which I think he suspects. If he has seen outside farms, especially, he's probably suspecting that. And just in general, as Imladris, you go for cavalry at some point, in most circumstances. And especially if you have outer farms in this version, then you're most definitely going for cav, because why else would you have outer farms? And once again, I do think that meta will change at least slightly for the next patch. So I've heard, and so I would hope. And don't want to lose those level 5s there. Get them out. Also, if you don't know, defensive makes your units slower. So if you're running away, even though it gives you the extra armor, chances are the enemy units are going to be able to chase you down if you do that. Potentially, if they're as fast or maybe a little faster. So just put them on normal stance, because they could get chased down and die. Now, if they're just Gildor dying there, I think that's GG for GoodFella. He should just delete his base. He just lost the Gildor. Level 4, level 5, very nice. And total map control. Like, look at all these outside farms here. It's got to have some good eco. 700, 400, 700, 600 to 700. So JoJo's doing that Mordor turtle, where he's probably maybe gonna buy another CP upgrade soon, I would imagine. That way he can just keep spamming out free orcs. So that's kind of what he's going for now. He's gonna have to do a Mordor turtle and hope he wins just by camping it out, because really Imladris, believe it or not, you don't want to get in the late game against Mordor as Imladris. You want to kill them as quick as you can, because late game, when big armies start clashing, basically Mordor will just surround your army and consume them, and the heroes will debuff the crap out of you, and your apparently tanky, or seemingly tanky, Imladris units will now be weak because of all those debuffs. And Witch King will smack them around, and Gorthauer and all that, so yeah. And Kirathungal Pikes are halberdiers coming out, which, if you don't know, they're actually decent against infantry, and of course excellent against cavalry. Gonna get some nice kills here on these orcs. Another CP upgrade for GoodFella. So GoodFella is like, I am not about to get CP blocked here. And JoJo's like, I'm not losing this because this is my only outside building. And yeah, I mean, he really has nowhere else to go other than here. So not like a poor decision, just kind of camping there. And again, GoodFella is beating JoJo, or yeah. I think there for a second. GoodFella is beating JoJo CP wise, so good job, GoodFella, beating Mordor CP. It's an impressive feat. And he already has 2 more power points, and he's like 3 or 4 power points ahead of JoJo, so definitely significant there. He's gonna continue to get in some creeping to get that eco up, and let's just look at the resource tick here for GoodFella. Though he doesn't have as many inside farms, but I still think the resources are probably going up a lot higher for GoodFella than JoJo here, and he's getting out his linden tower. If you don't know, GoodFella loves his lindens, and yeah, I'm gonna say that's a lot faster resource tick. At least, maybe probably not double, like maybe like 40-50% more. And it's got 2 Kirith Ungol. I don't think he's gonna get it. I think this army by itself probably enough, but with the cavalry should be enough. Actually, maybe by itself it could. Nice Breezamon way there. But then again, it actually kind of just sucked him in around him, so maybe not the best. Ooh, those level 5s are taking some damage. And you gotta use, once you can, use your stand fast. That'll give you some armor. And especially against archers, I do believe. So he's not gonna lose that. He's got the arrow tower, he's got the cav threat, maybe an outpost coming up here. And this is pretty deadly for Imladris. Once he gets these lindens out, he's gonna have archers, infantry, and cavalry. So he can focus the pikes, have the infantry tank, and then have the cavalry come in and clean up. And I think against Mordor especially, you want that versatility as Imladris, because if you just have a full straight infantry army, you're gonna get stuck like this and get wrecked. But the cavalry can kind of relieve your infantry there once the pikes especially are taken down by your archers, which his archers aren't out yet, but they should be. And ooh, don't want to lose that level 5 unit, and don't want to lose that level 2 or that other level 5. Oh, Shelob though. Shelob's gonna have a way with him, as a Gorbag would say, or Shagrat, or I don't know, same difference. And I think JoJo's gonna target down that level 5 unit. Oh yeah, because he knows you want to kill those high level Imladris units, especially when there's like literally one of them a battalion, which he is gonna get that for sure, which is very sad. He might even get the other one if he focuses them. Oh, they are making a run for it. No, he's not gonna get him out. Sad. And let's look at CP. CP definitely dropped a bit, and it's mostly cavalry for GoodFella. If you see, get these units out of there, just go heal. Maybe get a well. I would definitely get a well to heal up the cavalry. And now things aren't looking as good for GoodFella because get a good he doesn't have the archers to focus down the pikes as he previously would have liked to have done. And losing his level 2s, he's probably going to lose his level 5s here. I would be very shocked if he doesn't. You got to get a well. Get a well up for sure. Oh no, he's going to lose him. Tom Bombadil already out for GoodFella. That shows how many power points he has. Hurry up and get him in there. Maybe save level 5s. Definitely retreat level 5s. Though CP wise, GoodFella's still beating him. But that is mostly cavalry, so. But then again, okay, well he has one set of halberdiers. I was gonna say, if he doesn't have any halberdiers, then that CP is gonna go all the way down. GoodFella is replenishing here. He's keeping his cav alive. Hasn't lost any cav. He's got 4 of them. Definitely want to get a well, I would say. If you don't get banner carriers, which he probably won't until this is leveled up. If you don't know, and actually GoodFella did get quite a quick library here. I didn't point that out earlier. Libraries level up your farms level 2, and then when you get all the military and stuff studies, then it levels it up again, all your farms level 3, and that's including outside, so it's very powerful. Influence of Sauron was used on Mordor here to get these level 2 farms. Let's see, Mordor has got 3 power points saved up. Nowhere near Imladris, Imladris is 4 power points ahead, which in a 1v1, that's a pretty big deal. GoodFella getting his Lindens out, quite nice. He didn't go for the outpost there. I guess he might have been thinking of doing that before that attack happened, but after that he lost a little too much. He's got to replenish the lines. Getting Blade Masters, which is interesting, because I never really see GoodFella use that. And I never see anybody really use that, even against Mordor, because it just seems to me like maybe, yeah, he might get that outpost. Like maybe they're just still not even worth it, even though they're supposed to be good against spam. They just still might not be worth it, which is sad if that is the case, because I haven't really used them a lot. So maybe they are worth it. I don't know. Aha, reinforcements of Rune. And if you don't know, if you use the influence of Sauron on this banner here, then your units will come upgraded, and he does use the influence of Sauron on it, and he pops out his reinforcements of Rune here, and they come out fully upgraded, which is quite nice, just from using that little influence of Sauron. So you can see Mordor can get some pretty cheap upgrades on eco and units, and it looks like GoodFella is just gonna say, I'm sick of your Kirithungel units. You're not allowed to have good units in Mordor, only crappy free works, so he's gonna kill that. And he's gonna get it without probably losing too much if he can disengage here, which he is going to be able to do. And let's see here, maybe I noticed GoodFella didn't go for the resting place like he did in that last cast that I did, because what he did with that is he got the resting place and then he got that cheap little flood power. Oh, nice knockback. He could pick off some units. Got that cheap flood power where basically you summon it on a building, and it and a flood comes out of the building and just decimates low armored units, which would like one-hit whole Mordor armies. I'm kind of shocked he didn't do it, but I'm guessing the reason he didn't because he knows GoodFella, or not GoodFella, JoJo is going to see that, and he's just going to run away immediately, and then he'll end up wasting 2 powers, essentially. Getting some lag here, because, oh, stinking Mordor clumps, and, that army is going to get caught. Okay, nice Breeze of Manway. Might be able to get his units out, but Imladris units, if you don't know, are quite derpy, and they're just going to sit there. And I guess they're like, you know what, we're going to die in battle, we're going to die a valiant death, or they're going to speed boost and run away like cowards. So they changed their mind there when they saw a bunch of hideous orcs surrounding them. Look at that. That guy looks like Darth Maul. Nice, getting a heal thing there. Blade Masters out. And now this is the point where Imladris cannot split their army because they'll get absolutely wrecked, and now Mordor is going to be able to go around with his pikes and take the map quite nicely. And GoodFella is kind of trapped in his base here, and he's just got to hope that he has enough to defend this outpost, because if he loses his outpost and his army, that's GG, I think, because Mordor, he can rebuild his army a lot easier. And that Shelob, oh, they're just absolutely cornered between Shelob and a hideous Mordor army. That's not fun. And they're all just sitting there derping out because Shelob did the web, and they're literally all dying. And, oh, but the Cav coming in. I think GoodFella, smartly, which this may have saved him, he focused on most of the pikes, most of them, with his archers, who are now leveling up quite nicely. And he was able to bring in the cavalry without having to worry too much about pikes. And he's continuing to focus on those last pikes, and that really saved him there. It looks like these Blade Masters, though he didn't even use the ability. It looks like they put in some nice work because they're some of the only units surviving, or at least like a substantial amount. He did keep the level 5s alive, but good. JoJo's taking the map down here. He's got to surround this though, because that'll just take ages to kill if you don't surround it. And he got Sauron, but he will go out of his shape for him eventually. But this is quite nice. He's got a heal point, which is very important for the Imladris, keeping units alive. I mean, really for any faction, but especially Imladris. Maybe go for horse shields, which I think helps against pikes. It looks like maybe... Okay, GoodFella, gotta get your CP. You don't want to get supply blocked. Don't pull a piggy. JoJo not supply blocked because his army just died. He does have a good chunk of money, and did he get a Minas Morgul? I'm gonna say yes. He did. Oh, he got that like a while. He got that. Oh, okay, he got that even before, and he's getting some nice Morgul riders, which will level up his Sauron, and they're quite nice cavalry units. And GoodFella has one or maybe none pikes. One or none pikes. Okay, he's one pike, so yeah, that will be effective. That is for sure, especially against these archers. So good play by JoJo here, going for the Morgul riders. Though maybe. I was thinking maybe go for Witch King, but he's probably like, okay, he's got the cav. I don't have a big enough clump, and what's going to end up happening is I'm just going to get chased down by the cav after they focus down the pikes. And then my Witch King's down. It was a big investment, whereas if he goes for the cav, he's like, okay, now I can contest the archers, maybe make him have to buy more pikes, and make him have to micro a lot more. You need, as much as the free orcs are nice, I don't know, I think he's probably thinking these orc pikes are just absolute garbage. The only thing that is going to work is Cirith Ungol pikes, which at the moment he can't get because he doesn't have the barracks. So he's gotta get the map back a little bit here. With GoodFella, it's going to be a quite nice spot, and he's getting Elrond out, which honestly I would say that's even a good choice over Glorfindel. As much as I love Glorfindel, that flood will do some nice damage. And oof, those Morgul orcs. The flood will do some nice damage against these weak Mordor units here. Pretty much one hit a bunch of them. But Glorfindel does do a nice AoE, I believe so. And sadly for JoJo here, it's looking like he's gonna lose Minas Morgul, but he's like, I got the Witch King out. It's okay. Screw my outpost. I got what I needed out of it. I got my Morgul riders. I got Witch King. So now I'm just going to go and kill GoodFella's outpost. At least, maybe. Maybe he doesn't have enough, though. Maybe it's just like, the cavalry will chase me down. I can't do it. So maybe he's just going to harass this, get Cirith Ungol, and get himself in a somewhat decent position again. And get some harassment done with the Witch King and these Morgul riders here. Tom Bombadil coming in though. GoodFella's like, nope, I invested money in these outside eco buildings. And he's going to come in with the cav. And JoJo not having any pikes is not going to have a fun time there. And he did get the shields, which I believe they increase armor against cav. Sadly, I can't, or against pikes. And another outpost here from GoodFella. So really, and last alliance already. So I think what GoodFella's thinking here, he's like, I could have gone down the other power tree, though Tom Bombadil is quite nice against the Mordor units here because they're weak and he can one-hit him almost. But I think rather than going for the free upgrades on his units, the Last Alliance units on his barracks, he's going for the summon of the Last Alliance because he's like, I got him trapped in his base, and he was basically trapped before or earlier. So he's like, I'm just going to use this because the thing about Last Alliance is it's so incredibly powerful, but when the enemy runs away, it's useless. But JoJo's going to have nowhere to run because he's already trapped. So this is going to be really powerful to push it on the base and have all those strong heroes and a decent sized army as well. So really kind of an all-in kind of spell compared to the free upgrades, which is more of a, I know I can't win right away, so I'm just going to try and use this to give me a pretty big upper hand just overall throughout the game. And also I think smartly by JoJo. Obviously, the Witch King and Mordor Riders. The Mordor Riders by themselves probably couldn't deal with 4 Imladris Cab, but with the Witch King, they're going to be some nice counter to that cavalry, which are just going to have to keep on retreating. And shockingly, no forge by GoodFella. Okay, no. He does have it down here. Nice. I was going to say, what are you doing there, GoodFella? But I forgot he has the other outpost, and he's got 3 forges, so he's going to get a decent discount. Not a fantastic one, but a discount nonetheless. 255. It could be 210. Could be better, but that's all right. Because he is getting, if you don't know, from these things here, which the Author's Hall, which GoodFella likes going for. Actually, what's his name in this? Good F. Just Good F. GoodFella likes going for those because that reduces the recharge time on his abilities, which for Imladris is a really big deal, especially with this heal early game and mid game. That way you can keep your units alive. Mordor just slowly pushing out of his base, can't do a lot. He's getting his Cure the Ungle pikes out, and he knows that Imladris isn't going to be able to harass that with his cav about. And he's not going to be able to get this, I don't think. I think these upgraded Imladris Cap. Actually, I think they would have to have, if they had Forged Blades, then they could deal with Witch King and Mordor Riders. But maybe now it would be kind of a more even matched battle. And GoodFella still holding on this. I think he's waiting for his upgrades. I think once he goes for his upgrades, he's going to get JoJo trapped close to his base and use this here and make it a deal done. GG. He's got it's 2 of his Londons. He's got Círdan out. He likes his Círdan. I think he gives some nice buffs. No Glorfindel. Very sad. But JoJo, obviously he's going to be able to surround this army, but the cavalry still poses a big threat. He has a decent sum of pikes. But on the other hand, though, JoJo's cavalry also poses a threat, especially against those Lindens. So GoodFella is going to have to go in a clump here, which once he gets surrounded in this tiny clump, his whole entire army can die. And he has to clump like this to protect against the cavalry, who are going to be going for the archers here. And getting in, and he's using that speed boost for less crush deceleration. And let's look at the CP of JoJo here, which went down probably about 300, I'm guessing. 300 or 400 units there for the CP, which was nice from one charge, especially considering that he does get all his units. Yeah, he gets all his units out and not really damaged. Like, very little. Now on the second one, he is going to, because he gets stuck, but he still doesn't lose it. So, and he's got these cav like all level 3, which is quite nice, and he didn't really lose much of his army there at all. So a nice engagement by GoodFella, and this shows if he didn't have the cav, if he would have like stuck in the engagement, his army would have gotten surrounded and he would have died. So that just shows how important and vital this cavalry has been. But JoJo is coming out with some more cavalry of his own, building up his cav force as well. Wait, the Morgonites lose 20% less momentum when they trample. Already weakened by presence. Oh wow, that's pretty powerful. Mama Kill Out, which could get focused by the archers, brought down pretty quickly. Though actually, I think he may have lost the Linden there. Yeah, I think GoodFella did lose a Linden, so that was the one unit that he lost. He's getting Glorfindel though. No Glorfindel, sad. See, I get why GoodFella wants to hold on to this, but now, by the time he uses this, JoJo... Okay, no, I was gonna say by the time JoJo might already get his level 10 power, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I feel like maybe he should use it soonish, because then it's just kind of sitting there when it could be being recharged after an already good use, and then he can have time to use again. And he's going for a lot of these Blade Masters here, so... his Lindens... a little bit close there. And that Momokill is about to have a juicy trample. The Lindens are not able... Oh, though, a nice flood from Elrond. What level is Elrond? Level 3. Oh, Círdan goes down. And, wow, look at that damage from the Momokill on that building there. But Mordor's army, I think that flood did some crazy damage. Because I don't think the Imladris army wrecked everything, at least that quickly. Nice cav charge from both sides. I think Imladris got the better end of that cav charge, just because their units aren't going to die that quickly to just some Roger cav. And the Momokill does go down, and Mouth of Sauron's out. I didn't even notice that. He's using his weird little green wizard blast. Though, did Mouth of Sauron die? Oh no, he's still alive, but he's really weak. He's going to get out of there. Unless GoodFella notices and focuses with the cavalry. And looks like Sauron might get out of there as well. We do have the resting place from GoodFella. And let's see, does he have the flood? Oh, wait, no, that wasn't... I don't think that was Elrond's flood. That was the flood of Brunnen. So that's why it was like so crazy. Because I was like, I didn't think Elrond had like that good of a flood. Oh, wait, what? I am apparently an idiot. I did not even notice that the Citadel went down here, and I didn't even notice Last Lions came in. I must be an idiot. I didn't notice that, like, at all. This happened in the last replay I casted. I didn't notice that the Last Lions was used last replay, and again, I missed it. But, I mean, maybe it was on screen. I don't know. But is this actually the end of the game? Because the replay seemed longer than that to me, but it's looking pretty over. Because look at this, JoJo has no money, no command points, and GoodFella has a lot of money and like a decent amount of command points. But what could happen here is GoodFella could potentially have overextended, and maybe he'll continue to, and he ends up losing his entire army and while spending all his money. And Elrond may have died actually as well. And then maybe GoodFella or JoJo here can have a point to come back. Does still have Sauron alive? If the question is for me now is Witch King alive? If Witch King is alive, then I think he does have a chance. But it looks like Witch King might be dead, because I'm not seeing him on the field. He does still have those Morgul Riders alive, which is quite nice. I'm not seeing a Witch King. So I'm gonna say that's over for JoJo at this point without a Witch King. Because a Witch King could be like that one thing, that one little thing that he holds on to that could bring him back. But at this point, I don't see him getting a Minas Morgul and getting Witch King back out. So I'm just gonna say that's it for JoJo, really. And at this point, for GoodFella, I would just get my units out and regroup. Don't just like throw like a few units in at a time, just kind of like going in at waves at the base. Just regroup. I get maybe he doesn't. Oh wow. So JoJo here. Oh yes, JoJo has Gorthauer. So actually, maybe if he can get the base back up, GoodFella, I don't like it. Maybe he just wants to destroy that Citadel because he knows Gorthauer might be coming up soon. He does have a little bit of money, not a lot of CP obviously, but GoodFella, as you can see, he's losing like his whole army here, and he just keeps sending his units in. This isn't smart. You got to regroup here, and now we're gonna see Gorthauer out in a second, and could possibly be a chance for JoJo to come back. Oh yeah, he's revealed to us at last. The Devourer of Life or something creepy like that. And CP isn't that big of a difference. I do think, and I was interested what, okay, he probably built the Great Siege Works is because maybe that gives Sauron another level. That might be why. He still's got the Morgul Riders alive, quite nice. He'll have a presence on the map still, potentially, to where he can harass and stuff, and at least deal with this cav a bit. But I think if JoJo could have held on to that Witch King, then it would be, I would say evenly matched, because a level 10 Witch King who would also maybe have his armor upgrade by now with Gorthauer is quite the formidable force. And now GoodFella might not realize that he has Gorthauer, but at this point he's throwing away units. He's just got to regroup. He's got to regroup, and don't forget about your heroes either, because that's what's going to win it for you late game. Glorfindel level 10, Elrond level 10, is what is going to win it for you late game, and it's looking like this game might go even further into the late game than what I thought, and then what GoodFella thought. I think GoodFella thought it was all over there, and that's why he just kept on sending stuff at JoJo's base. It's like, just gotta finish the base off. But he ended up losing his army, which I think he could have retreated, at least some of it, and at least not thrown away more units at it. But, I mean, I think something's gotta be done about that power, because that just promotes campy playstyle, and that's just OP. Like, look at that. Now, maybe, probably against other factions, it's not as crazy, but against Mordor, that's just a death sentence. And it looks like GoodFella has the training of the Firstborn. He's now getting fully upgraded units off the bat from his barracks, which is so strong and is really key at this point in the game, because GoodFella Eco was hurting quite a bit after that attack, but he'll still be able to produce an army without killing his Eco totally, and still maybe be able to get some heroes back up. But JoJo gonna quickly regroup, rebuild up his army here, and CP's looking alright. And honestly, at this point, I'm gonna say the CP of Mordor is more valuable simply because of Gorthauer and also these Mogul Riders here, who are quite strong. Especially Gorthauer though, because Gorthauer, as long as you keep him alive, as long as he's killing these Imladris units, it's a loss for GoodFella because he's not really killing anything, and since Gorthauer's obviously level 10, it's not really a gain or a loss. Well, actually, it is kind of a gain for JoJo because he's killing Imladris, but that's the thing about heroes, is that they can be a risky investment, but if they are used properly and kept alive, all they do is benefit you. Whereas units, you can lose them and then not save them, but they're not as risky. But looks like Gorthauer might not be in a great position here. He's getting Torngarth up, but retreating back in the pikes. You don't want to be too ambitious. I understand he's Gorthauer, but still though, if you do lose him, I would say that could be a GG, because it's not like this power regens super quickly or anything. Decent amount of money here from JoJo. I think what he wants to do, because he just loves Witch King, is he's gonna kill this outpost. He's gonna get Minas Morgul and get out Witch King. And GoodFella, at this point, he doesn't have more CP than Mordor. The Gorthauer is weak, so I would say the CP, as far as value, it's not like GoodFella is so far behind now, because he can't. JoJo can't be too risky with his Gorthauer, but GoodFella can't just keep sending his units in waves like this. He's got to actually group up as an army. He's sending his units in a death sentence. I guess he wants to save the outpost here, and maybe it's worth kind of splitting up or not having your full army grouped up, because maybe he has to see this immediately just so JoJo can't get Minas Morgul. That would be my logic behind what GoodFella is doing. So maybe not a bad idea. And okay, no, but I would at the same time. Oh, an Anatar out, and I think he just converted those units. Oh, JoJo, you dirty, dirty little bugger. You truly are the Dark Lord of Edain, though apparently now the Light Lord, because you're Anatar, Lord of Light. I think that's what that means. I don't know. Also, maybe kill that. I don't know. Maybe it's not worth it though. Probably more worth just going for the outpost. And I was almost certain that JoJo couldn't win back there in his base. But now, I'm not going to say that JoJo is going to win, but I'm going to say he certainly, it's fairly even at this point. And if he gets Minas Morgul up, and if the CP is still even after that, or even, and he does have Gron too, then I'm gonna say JoJo is really in a good position here. And okay, now at this point, I think you just gotta accept you're gonna lose your outpost. Just get out of there. He has. Okay, no, actually those are different units. I was gonna say, I thought he kept those cavalry alive, but the Mordor Rider's still alive. Okay, that was nice. He did get Tolan Goroth, so good win there. But again, your army isn't getting any bigger over here. It's just kind of staying the same as units die and then more come in. But on the other hand, JoJo's army is getting bigger. And again, he has that hero there, though. Anatar, since he's in Anatar form, he isn't doing damage. But you really, though I guess, okay. I think I was a little bit mistaken in my judgment as to the strength of army, because it does look like Mordor's CP has dropped in comparison to Imladris's, and he has got Grond out. Or at least he will. Okay, it's coming out as he's building. That's interesting. Okay, so JoJo here, I think he's regrouping and waiting for Grond. Then he'll push it on the base here. Let's see, how much money does GoodFella have? Gotta get those heroes back up. Because yes, maybe you could win now and by not saving up for the heroes. But then again, if you don't, and you don't have those heroes, then you're going to be at a very big disadvantage late game. Which, I mean, is in the late game, but later late game when JoJo has all his heroes out, you're not going to have your heroes out. And one faction with heroes against another faction with heroes that are, and your heroes are high level, you're going to be in trouble. And GoodFella go. Okay, I think the Last Alliance is very powerful, but with Mordor's base now, with all these towers, he could get a good chunk of the army. I think he'll like kind of snip it a bit. But I would say if he would have killed the entire army with that flood there, then going for the base. But right now, I don't think he has enough. I think he is gonna end up what? What the crap was that? Wait, let's look at this. Okay, dealing high damage to anything of wood and stone. Okay, so GoodFella, actually, I'm looking like an idiot here again. Because GoodFella knows... Oof. Alright, sing the song of Gil-galad. I don't know how it goes. Lendil and Anarian here, though, just kind of chilling. Don't know what they're doing. GoodFella knows the game clearly better than I, because I didn't realize that would do that. Gorthar back out. I didn't realize that would literally two-hit the Citadel, and then not only destroying the Citadel, but also all those towers there, which were really doing the brunt of the damage. And that just changed. I think that one power there could potentially have changed the course of the game. Things were looking okay for JoJo. He had a decent defensive position. But again, Imladris is getting pushed back, so I don't know. This is very back and forth. It's looking so like one faction or one team is just crushing it, and then again it's looking like they're not crushing it, and vice versa, and just over and over. What's going on there? Interesting. So I don't know what to think, but I do think that definitely did help. That was ridiculous. Gil-galad's thing literally killed that fort in like 3 little, I don't even know what those things were, little orbs of lightning. I don't know. Call the horde out for JoJo, which will come in quite handy in situations like that where his army is getting beaten back and he's in his base and he needs an army back quick. Call the horde is very powerful. But okay, nice. We're getting Elrond back up. I would like to see Glorfindel. But at least he is getting Elrond. I think that is necessarily to at least have one hero. And he will buff his army as well. But Glorfindel is quite nice with his stun there. And I think, I'm not sure, maybe a self-sacrifice works on Gorthar. Maybe not. It probably works on Witch King. So that could be potentially also very strong. And Glorfindel is just a very powerful hero in general, which I think would be very nice. I don't think JoJo is going to end up getting the value he would have liked out of this drawn, though, because I think he's just going to end up getting chased down. He should have had a bit more of a force to back him up. And actually, like, no. Okay, he's now starting to buy some Kirithungal pikes. JoJo doesn't have a lot of money, though, so... Oh. He lost an Nazgul, sad. And I think he also lost his Morgul Riders as well. He doesn't have his Nazgul armor, also, by the way. Oof, that... Yeah, JoJo did not get the value out of that Grand, which he could have. Sad. Wait, what? He actually does still have the Morgul Riders, so... That's a good player there that can keep units alive that well. And you know what? I'm just going to shut my mouth. I'm not going to say anything about this battle. Because honestly, I do not... Wait, did Sauron die? Okay, well now maybe I will say something. Wait, did Sauron die? I think Sauron might have... Gorthar might have died. I'm not seeing him. If Gorthar doesn't come out again soon, then Mordor's in some trouble here. I do not see him. Interesting. Elrond almost out. Yeah, at least he does have the Gorthar power back, but... okay, call the Horde, nice. Look at that CP just skyrocket. Is Sauron around in his, like, Wraith form or whatever? Or Shade form? Let's see, what's levels Elrond? Level 3, okay, nice. I think he gets a nice AoE in his stats buff. And he can go on horse, which I always forget about that in Edain, that he can go on horse, which is kind of interesting. I never really use it, but I mean, it's useful probably for running away if you can get him on it without dying. I'm not seeing Sauron in his Shade form here, so I'm not sure if he can recruit him back or... Oh, okay, so he was probably in his Shade form, roaming around there somewhere, and Wait, I'm confused now because he didn't use the power. Was he in Anatar form? Like, what form was he in? Is there a bat form? Can you get in the bat form in this? I forget. Anyway, he has Gorthar back, so... Though, he does just have a bunch of crummy orcs. Or he does have some Kirithungal, who still didn't do that much damage. And what was that? Elrond Flood. That wasn't the other Flood, I don't think. It was not the other Flood. So, Elrond's Flood just wrecked it. Wow, look, he's even over CP. GoodFella is. Where is that beautiful Elrond out? That was such a nice Flood. That took out like 3 or 4,000, or not 4,000, 400 JoJo's CP just for that one Flood. And at this point, really, the only thing that can bring JoJo back in this is his heroes, which he's not going to be able to get without getting outposts. He needs Minas Morgul for Witch King, he needs Dol Guldur for Khamûl, and obviously, I mean, he gets the Nazgul from here, but they're just not as powerful. Maltron is quite nice, though, by the way. Nice fear there. That could have been a lifesaver on his Citadel. But really, JoJo needs that to get back in the game at this point. Otherwise, he's just not going to be able to bring it back. Even with Gorthar, that's simply not going to be enough with just the Mordor army. You need those heroes. Whereas Imladris has quite nice army. They have Elrond, which I think is enough for now. Though let's see level 5 from that, nice. And he gets an upgraded Flood again at level 5. Though I still would like to see a Glorfindel out. Arwen coming out, provide a heal and a fear ability. Yeah, a lot of money from GoodFella, so though you won't have enough CP. Once you can, though, get Glorfindel out.
User rolls $30 activation fee and restrictions apply.
Cab getting stuck a bit. CP's equal here. Money, though, on the other hand, GoodFella is just rolling in the cash. There's some nice harassment by JoJo, much needed to get rid of at least some of that eco by GoodFella. Oh, nice, he's getting Glorfindel. And the twins. It's going heavy heroes. It's like, I got the money. I can do it at this point. And it'll be a good investment if this game does go on for a lot longer. Okay, I thought there was a flood about to come out there. Just getting in some nice cycle charges, but Tolengoroth is going to ruin at least those cavalry units' day by just knocking them over. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it is so annoying because it just keeps knocking them back. And CB again is equal, and nice. JoJo really utilizing this cav well. Wow. Oh, but the flood comes again. I think, because I was so confused, this protecting place or whatever is very hard to spawn wherever you like, and I think the reason they have it like that is so that you can't use that in combination with the Bruinen wherever and whenever you like, because if you could do it right on the army, that would just be OP, because that really is a strong combo there. CP is battle still being won by GoodFella. Finally some more eco here. Oh, he's losing a Nazgul. Gorthau's still on high health, so he's still going to be able to get some work done. Potentially. He's getting pushed back, though. I think he's going to have enough to defend, unless GoodFella has some powers up his sleeves, which he does. Actually, that shows you how absolutely insane those houses of learning are. Because look, he already almost has Last Lion's house, and with Tolengoroth out, he might be able to make a push on the base here, but I think he's gonna wanna at least heal up a bit before. But actually, though, does JoJo? Oh, nice. We got Glorfindel in the battle here. Oh, on a level 7, so he has restoration. Very nice. Once his heroes levels up a bit more, that'll come in even more handy. And oof, that. Oh, he's got the Dark Marshal. Nice. Nice flood from Elrond. All the floods here, and good. And this coming in the last alliance. We are seeing a double door, so he's like, all right, I'm gonna switch things up and get Camul and Gil-galad just doing that OP bullcrap again. Which actually, I think. Maybe did he die? Gil-galad, no, it just stopped. Oh no! Malthusar dying there. And, I don't, oh no, and Dark Marshal's gonna die, that's tough. And as much as I would like to say, I think the game's gonna end here. I mean, not as much as I would like to, because I would like to see some more awesome battles. As much as I would think that it would end here, there's just been so many times where I've been wrong, and I've said that and then it doesn't end, so I'm just gonna let it play out, see what happens. But how many times have GoodFella been in this base? Let's look. Okay, 500 CP from JoJo here. Oh, nearly 1500 from GoodFella. They both have a decent sum of money, but I don't know if GoodFella has what it takes to come back after this, or if he can even repel this totally, because we are getting a nice stream of fully upgraded Imladris units here. So I don't know. And oh, Gorthauer did go into shade form, so he did die. And I think this is it. I don't think there's any coming back. And if I'm wrong, then I'm gonna go insane. Oh nice, got some somethings out, but a little late at this point. Got Camul. Nice. Wow. 1200 to upgrade that. But, and man, he has really kept this Haradrim Cab and Morgul Riders alive, so props for doing that. But none can stand against the might of the Noldor and GoodFella combined. Not even Mordor or JoJo. Now, to be fair, I think I've seen some of GoodFella's videos on his channel, and this isn't proportional because I think JoJo has won plenty more games as Mordor against Imladris, which you would expect because JoJo and GoodFella are both fairly evenly matched. I think, I'm sorry JoJo or GoodFella, but I think JoJo's a little better than you, at least right now. Whether that is because he plays more, which I think that definitely is a factor. I think he's a little bit better than you, at least. But it's kind of hard to tell because you are playing different factions every time. And Mordor is just stronger. So maybe not. I don't know. But a lot of the times GoodFella or JoJo is winning as Mordor versus Imladris, which you would expect. And really, against most players, really. Because it's just a favored matchup for Mordor. Maybe not the early game, depending. Because as we did see here, GoodFella was just dominating early game. Nice Kamula with this pretty army here. Pretty armor. Oh no, Sauron. And Elrond level 10, very nice. Sadly, I don't think we got a Glorfindel level 10. Glorfindel maybe even died. Oh, he did. How sad. And that beautiful death noise. And he's just having a seizure there. Or an aneurysm, something. And that is going to be it for the Dark Lord JoJo. He will go down. And my computer did not crash this time. It was prepared and knew the epicness which was going to happen. It was like, okay, I think I can handle it. I think I can handle JoJo versus GoodFella. JoJo just hanging on to the last. Wow, look at all those power points. That's crazy. BMB or BMD, new GoodFella clan. But that actually no, he still has to kill this. Yeah, that was one heck of a game. Really crazy. I would say it wasn't quite back and forth because it's not like JoJo was in his base, but it was back and forth in the sense that GoodFella couldn't really kill him, and JoJo would break out at times and look like he was gonna take the map finally. Like he was harassing over there. He almost got the outpost up there. He's coming in ground, but every time GoodFella would pull out that cheeky Bruinen or something like that and just slaughter Mordor army. He'd come in with his cav, just mop up the rest of the units. Gorthar wasn't enough, Witch King wasn't enough by themselves. And that is really the thing with Mordor. It's so difficult to get out Witch King, which you get from a separate outpost. Camus, which you get from a separate outpost. And then Gorthar, who's a 10-point power. And if you lose, it takes a while to get back. It's hard to get all three of those. When you get all three of those, oh man, is it like impossible to deal with. And if GoodFella would have done, or if JoJo would have done that at some point in this game, I think he could have come back even after some of these pushes from GoodFella here, but he just wasn't able to do that. And let's just fast forward it here because it's over. Oh god, we do have a flying Nazgul that just died. Oh no, he's still alive. Come on. Now he's into that. JoJo really just hanging on to the last. He's like, I played this game too long to not fight to the last. Oh, nice. We got the last alliance of men and elves. Wait, they already despawned? So fast forward through a lot of that. Is this? Oh, oh! I think GoodFella's gonna do it. He's gonna win the game with Gildor. Though this might be a while here. Wait, what? GoodFella's gonna lose versus Kirathungal Barracks. This is hilarious. Who will win, Gildor or Kirathungal Barracks? Oh boy, the battle of the century here. But Arwen comes in with the clutch heal, and it's gonna be a close one here, folks. Kirathungal versus Glorfindel, or not Glorfindel, Gildor. Who will win? Look at that beautiful face, man. Now this is really a great ending to top off the entire battle, and I think GoodFella and JoJo would admit it here as well. Two of the most OP things in the game: Gildor shooting his bow and Kirathungal Barracks shooting its arrows. Kirathungal Barracks just one hits everything, and of course Gildor one hits everything. And he uses the heal. Will Arwen's heal and the base heal be enough to do it? Oh, Sauron's gonna come over here and consume him with his weird little thing, and Arwen doesn't have her heal yet left. Oh no. You can do it, Gildor, I believe. No, what? Gildor died! No! No, and Sauron's back. Sauron literally just resurrected from Gildor's body, and it was too much for the game. It couldn't handle it, and it just blew up after that. After Gildor died, the Dark Lord Gildor died, and then his spirit Sauron came out. I don't even know. That was very interesting. I think the end really topped it off there. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did. It's always a pleasure seeing two monsters go at it like this, JoJo and GoodFella. Thank you for the replay, GoodFella. I pulled this out of the Edain Fight Club replays section. Always some gems in there. That's where I've gotten like all my replays. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and Guten Tag.